Hi, I'm Margaret. I'm 63 years old, and 3 days ago, I buried my only son. Or rather, I tried to. Let me explain how I ended up sitting in my car outside the funeral home, tears streaming down my face, while strangers filed past me to say goodbye to Daniel. My son was 35 when he died. A heart attack, they said. Sudden, unexpected. He'd always been healthy, active, the kind of man who ran marathons and ate kale smoothies. When I got the call from Jennifer, my daughter-in-law, I could barely comprehend her words. "Margaret, it's Daniel," she'd said, her voice flat. "He's gone." "What do you mean, gone? Gone where?" "Dead, Margaret. He had a heart attack this morning." The weeks before the funeral were a blur. Jennifer handled everything, the arrangements, the flowers, the obituary. Every time I tried to help, she shut me down. "I've got it, Margaret," she'd say, her tone clipped. "You just rest." "But he's my son. I want to." "And he was my husband. I know what he would have wanted." I should have seen the warning signs earlier. Daniel and Jennifer had been married for 8 years, and over time I'd watched my son become quieter, more withdrawn. Our weekly dinners became monthly, then stopped altogether. 6 months before he died, I'd managed to catch him alone at a family gathering. "Danny, are you okay?" I'd asked, pulling him aside. "You seem different." "I'm fine, Mom," he'd said, but his eyes wouldn't meet mine. "You're not fine. Talk to me." "Mom, please, not here." "Then when? You never return my calls anymore." He'd glance toward where Jennifer stood, watching us. "I have to go. Jennifer's waiting." "Danny, I said I'm fine." He'd walked away, and that was the last real conversation we'd had. Now, standing at the funeral home entrance, I watched people I didn't recognize stream inside. I'd arrived early, wanting a moment alone with my son before the service. But Jennifer met me at the door, her face hard. "What are you doing here?" she asked. "What do you mean? I'm here for Daniel's funeral." "You're not welcome, Margaret." I stared at her, certain I'd misheard. "Excuse me?" "You heard me. This is a private service, and I don't want you here." "Jennifer, he's my son." "He was my husband, and this is my decision. Please leave." "You can't be serious. I have every right." "You have no rights here." She moved closer, her voice dropping to a harsh whisper. "Daniel wouldn't have wanted you here. He told me how you tried to control his life, how you never approved of me, how you made him feel guilty for being happy." "That's not true. I never—" "Leave now, or I'll have security remove you." Behind her, I saw Daniel's best friend Marcus approaching. "Jennifer, what's going on?" "Margaret was just leaving," she said smoothly. "Weren't you, Margaret?" Marcus looked between us, confusion on his face. "Wait, you're kicking out his mother?" "This doesn't concern you, Marcus." "The hell it doesn't. Daniel was my friend for 20 years. He would never want—" "Don't tell me what my husband would want," Jennifer snapped. "Both of you need to leave if you can't respect my wishes." Marcus started to argue, but I grabbed his arm. "It's okay. I'll go." "Margaret, this isn't right," Marcus said as we walked toward the parking lot. "I know, but I can't make a scene at my son's funeral." My voice broke on the last word. "Listen, something's been bothering me," Marcus said, looking around nervously. "Can we talk, somewhere private?" "What about?" "Not here. Can you meet me at Rosie's Diner in an hour?" "Marcus, what is this about?" "Please, just meet me there. I need to show you something, and I think you need to see it." I sat in my car, watching through tear-blurred eyes as mourners entered the funeral home. My phone buzzed with texts from relatives asking where I was. I couldn't bring myself to explain. An hour later, I walked into Rosie's Diner and found Marcus in a back booth, a manila folder on the table in front of him. His hands were shaking. "Thanks for coming," he said as I slid into the seat across from him. "What's this about, Marcus?" He pushed the folder toward me. "Daniel came to see me 2 weeks before he died. He left this with me and made me promise that if anything happened to him, I'd give it to you." "What is it?" "Open it." Inside were bank statements, medical records, and pages of handwritten notes in Daniel's familiar scrawl. As I read, my hands began to tremble. Marcus, this says Jennifer was poisoning him. Yeah. He figured it out about a month before he died. Small doses of something in his food. Just enough to make him sick, to damage his heart over time. Oh my God. There's more. The life insurance policy she took out on him 6 months ago. The forged will that cuts you out completely. And look at the last page. I turned to it, and my blood ran cold. It was a letter from Daniel to me, dated 2 weeks before his death. Mom, if you're reading this, I'm probably gone. Jennifer's been poisoning me. I know it sounds crazy, but I have proof. I'm scared, Mom. I tried to leave and she threatened me. Said if I left or told anyone, she'd destroy me. I'm documenting everything. Marcus has copies. Please, Mom, don't let her get away with this. I love you. I'm sorry I pulled away. She made me. I'm so sorry. Tears streamed down my face as I read my son's final words to me. Marcus reached across the table and squeezed my hand. We have to do something, he said. Tonight, before she destroys evidence. I looked up at him, grief transforming into something harder, colder. Make a list of everyone Daniel trusted. Everyone who might have seen something or know something. We're going to nail her to the wall. That night, I made the life-changing call. Not to Jennifer. Not to family. I called Detective Sarah Chen at the police department, someone I'd met through volunteer work years ago. Sarah, it's Margaret Foster. I need your help. I think my daughter-in-law murdered my son. Detective Chen arrived at my house within the hour, accompanied by her partner, Detective Rodriguez. I'd laid out Daniel's documents on my dining room table. Walk me through this, Sarah said, her recorder running. I explained the funeral, the folder, Daniel's letter. Sarah's expression grew grimmer with each detail. Mrs. Foster, these are serious allegations, Rodriguez said. You understand we need to investigate thoroughly? I understand. But my son is dead, and she's probably destroying evidence right now. Sarah studied the bank statements. These show significant withdrawals. And this life insurance policy? $500,000, Marcus interjected. Taken out 6 months ago. Daniel never mentioned it, and we talked about everything financial. The medical records show elevated levels of certain compounds, Sarah said. We'll need to exhume the body for toxicology. Are you prepared for that? Whatever it takes. Over the next few days, Sarah coordinated the investigation. Margaret, we interviewed Daniel's coworkers. 3 reported that Jennifer would bring his lunch every day. Said he started looking sick after eating. Did anyone save anything? One woman, Carol Chen, noticed Daniel threw away his lunch one day and looked relieved. I'll arrange for you to meet her. I met Carol at a coffee shop downtown. She was thin with kind eyes that welled up talking about Daniel. He was such a good person, she said. We noticed changes about a year ago. He got thin, pale, always tired. Jennifer started showing up more, bringing his meals, insisting he eat them in front of her. Did he say anything? One day I came back early and found him pouring his soup down the sink. He looked terrified when he saw me. I asked if he was okay, and he said, Please don't tell Jennifer you saw this. He begged me not to mention it. The fear in his eyes? I'll never forget it. Why didn't you report it? Carol's face crumpled. I should have. I thought maybe it was marital problems. I failed him. No, Jennifer failed him, and she's going to pay. Marcus connected me with Daniel's neighbor, Mrs. Patterson, an elderly woman who'd lived next door for decades. I heard them fighting, she told me. Not often, but when they did. Margaret, it was bad. Jennifer screaming at him, calling him worthless, pathetic. One night, about 2 months ago, I heard crashes. The next morning, Daniel had a bruise on his face. Did you ask him about it? I tried. He said he'd tripped down the stairs, but there was something in his eyes, like he was begging me to help but couldn't say the words. Did you ever see Jennifer hit him? Mrs. Patterson hesitated. Once, through the window. She slapped him across the face, hard. He just stood there and took it. When I reported this to Sarah, she nodded grimly. The toxicology results came back. Elevated levels of digoxin in Daniel's system. It's a heart medication that, in large doses, can cause heart attacks. Where would she get it? Jennifer's a pharmaceutical sales rep. She'd have access. Marcus called me urgently. Margaret, you need to come to Daniel's house. Now. I'm here with the police. I raced over to find squad cars in the driveway. Sarah met me at the door. We executed a search warrant. Come see this. In Jennifer's home office, they'd found a locked drawer with bottles of digoxin, detailed dosing notes, and a journal. Sarah read from it. Day 47, increased dose slightly. D more symptomatic, fatigue, nausea, good. Day 52, D suspicious, asking questions. Need to be more careful. Day 58, almost there. Soon I'll be free and rich. I felt sick. She documented her own crime? Narcissists often do, Rodriguez said. They think they're too smart to get caught. There's more, Sarah said, flipping pages. She writes about you. That meddling woman won't be a problem much longer. Once Dee is gone, I'll make sure she never sees a cent. She'll die alone and forgotten, just like she deserves. Rage burned through me. When can you arrest her? Soon. We have enough evidence, but we want to catch her trying to cash the insurance policy. Give us 2 more days. Those 2 days felt like years. Finally, Sarah called. It's time. Jennifer's meeting with the insurance company tomorrow at 10. We'll arrest her there. Do you want to be present? Absolutely. The insurance company's conference room had large windows overlooking the city. I sat in an adjacent office with Sarah and Rodriguez, watching through a 2-way mirror as Jennifer walked in, dressed immaculately in black, playing the grieving widow. Mrs. Foster, the insurance agent said, we just need to finalize a few details regarding your claim. Of course, whatever you need. There are some irregularities we need to discuss. Jennifer's smile faltered. Irregularities? Sarah entered with Rodriguez, badges displayed. Jennifer Foster, stand up, please. Jennifer's face went white. What is this? You're under arrest for the murder of Daniel Foster. That's insane! This is a mistake! Sarah began reading her rights as Rodriguez moved to handcuff her. Jennifer jerked away. You can't do this! I'm his widow! You have the right to remain silent. This is his mother, isn't it? Jennifer's eyes found me through the window. Margaret, you did this! I walked into the conference room. Yes, Jennifer, I did. You bitter old woman. You were always jealous of what Daniel and I had. You mean the husband you poisoned? The man you murdered for insurance money? That's a lie. Daniel died of a heart attack. A heart attack you caused with digoxin. We found your journal, Jennifer. We found everything. Her face cycled through shock and fear. Then she lunged forward, Rodriguez's grip stopping her. He was mine. You tried to take him away, always calling, always visiting. I was his mother! You were a parasite. He was finally happy without you. He was miserable. You isolated him, abused him, and when he tried to leave, you killed him. Jennifer's expression shifted suddenly, tears filling her eyes. No, you don't understand. I loved him. I loved him so much. It was an accident. I didn't mean... The doses got confused. Please, Margaret, you have to believe me. I never wanted him to die. I don't believe you, and I'll never forgive you. But I'm apologizing. I made a mistake. Can't you see I'm sorry? Your apology means nothing. You documented every dose, Jennifer. You knew exactly what you were doing. Please, I'll do anything. I'll give you the insurance money. I don't want your blood money. I want justice for my son. I'm begging you. The way Daniel begged you to stop poisoning him, did you show him mercy? Jennifer's tears stopped abruptly. He was weak. He deserved what he got. Marcus entered, his phone recording. Say that again, Jennifer, for the record. Her eyes widened. You're recording this? Every word, including how you just admitted Daniel deserved to die. Jennifer's face transformed into something ugly. You're all going to pay for this. My family has lawyers. I'll get off, and when I do, I'm coming for all of you. Is that a threat? Sarah asked. It's a promise. Especially you, Margaret. You're going to wish you'd stayed away from that funeral. Officer Rodriguez, Add threatening witnesses to the charges, Sarah said. Jennifer lunged at me, screaming. It took both officers to restrain her. You'll regret this! I'll destroy you! Marcus put a hand on my shoulder. Are you okay? I'm better than okay, I said, watching Jennifer disappear down the hallway. I kept my promise to Daniel. The trial took 6 months to begin. I sat in the courtroom every day, watching Jennifer's defense team try to paint her as a loving wife. Sarah testified first. The journal detailed every dose over 4 months. Mrs. Foster documented symptoms, adjusted dosages, and expressed satisfaction with the results. Jennifer's lawyer tried to discredit it. Detective Chen, isn't it possible this journal was fabricated? No, sir. We verified the handwriting and fingerprints. Pharmacy records confirm she obtained the digoxin using her pharmaceutical sales credentials. Marcus took the stand next. Daniel told me he was scared. Jennifer had become controlling and violent. He'd tried to leave twice, and both times she threatened him. Threatened him how? She said if he left, she'd ruin him. Claim he'd abused her, destroy his reputation, make sure his mother never saw him again. Daniel was terrified. When my turn came, Harrison tried to paint me as a meddling mother-in-law. Mrs. Foster, isn't it true you disapproved of your son's marriage? I had concerns about Jennifer's controlling behavior. Concerns? Or jealousy? My son was being poisoned. Those aren't concerns born of jealousy. They're observations of reality. The turning point came when the prosecution played Daniel's secret recording from 2 weeks before his death. Jennifer's voice. If you think you're leaving me, Danny, think again. I'll tell everyone you hit me. I'll show them the bruises I gave myself. You'll never see your mother again before you die in prison. Is that what you want? Jennifer, please. Shut up and eat your soup. I made it special for you. The courtroom went silent except for my tears. The jury deliberated for 4 hours. On the charge of first-degree murder, how do you find? Guilty. I sobbed with relief as Jennifer screamed, No, this isn't fair. At sentencing, I gave my victim impact statement. Jennifer Foster took my son from me slowly, cruelly, documenting every moment. She robbed him of his future, his life. She tried to rob him of his mother's love at his funeral. I hope she spends every day of her sentence thinking about what she's done. She may have killed my son, but she didn't break me. His memory lives on through people who truly loved him. The judge sentenced her to life without parole. As bailiffs led her away, she tried one last time. Margaret, please, I'm sorry. Give me another chance. I didn't turn around. She didn't deserve a response. After sentencing, Marcus, Sarah, Mrs. Patterson, Carol, and I gathered at Rosie's diner. To Daniel, Marcus said, raising his coffee cup. He didn't die in vain. To justice, Sarah added. We shared memories, crying and laughing. For the first time in months, I could breathe. What will you do now? Mrs. Patterson asked. I'm starting a foundation to help victims of domestic abuse, in Daniel's name. So maybe we can save someone else's child. Marcus smiled. He'd love that. Sarah squeezed my hand. You did good, Margaret. You fought for him when he couldn't fight for himself. He fought as long as he could. I just finished what he started. Leaving the diner, I looked up at the stars and imagined Daniel looking down, finally at peace. Jennifer was locked away. Justice had been served. I wasn't whole. I'd never be whole without my son, but I was stronger, and I'd kept my promise. Daniel could rest now, and so could I. What would you do if someone tried to keep you from saying goodbye to a loved one? Have you ever witnessed domestic abuse that you wish you'd reported? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more true stories about justice and survival.